I'm Della Cruz here on Spotlight, New Jersey. My guest today belonged to a ministry called America's Keswick in Whiting in Ocean County. Diane Hunt is the acting director of development and current director of Addiction Recovery Ministries. Bill Welte is president and chief executive officer. And Bill, we wanted to go back to the 1980s and talk about the establishment of your Families for Christ ministry to colony couples. What's that all about?
The Families for Christ ministry is a ministry that we have the men who graduate from our 120-day program, which Diane will talk about in a few minutes. But these are graduates of the program and their wives that meet together once a month. They can come back for counseling and to work on the issues that they're struggling with as a family who are working through addictions. It's not the touchy-feely couples things that most conferences are like. They're really dealing with what is it like living with a man who struggles with an addiction to alcohol, drugs, gambling, pornography, tobacco. And they're learning how to walk victoriously, not just as a man, but as a couple.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like you get to the nitty-gritty of what really needs to be fixed here.
Absolutely, they do, yes. And we have speakers come in, and it's really interesting to see the transformation that takes place in the life of a couple over the course of the weekend, because they're dealing with their personal issues with regards to their marriage.
You all have some beautiful video that you brought with you. Go ahead and roll it. I want to take a look and tell me what's going on here. The scenery is absolutely stunning.
We have 650 acres in the Pine Barrens, and we offer a variety of activities to our conference guests. There's 2 lakes which offer canoeing, paddle boating, swimming. We have an Olympic-size pool in our activity center with 2 racquetball courts. Various accommodations for different church and retreat groups that want to come and use our facilities. That's our main building. We provide a campground for our guests. And if folks would like to get information about our ministry, I would encourage them to visit us on our website, americaskeswick.org, or call 1-800-453-7942. We'd love to have them to come down and take a tour.
I can see why. In 1999, you all saw the birth of your women's ministry, Women of Character. I like that, Diane.
Yes. When I was hired in 1999, basically I came and they gave me the title of the program. They knew what they wanted it to be called, but weren't sure exactly what they wanted it to do other than to minister to the wives and fiancés of the men that are residents in our program. And so when I came at the end of September, that was my job. And so we started out, I met with the wives, we kind of worked through what it is that they were needing from a program. And now 10 years later, we've ministered to hundreds of women. And we have another woman who actually is the wife of one of our grads who runs our women's program now. She has another wife that works together with her, and they just really do a wonderful job of ministering to the women, helping them, because you know when the wives come in, we kind of joke, but it's somewhat of a joke that sometimes the wives slow down the car, they want the husband to get out, and whether they ever see him again, sometimes they're ready to go for divorce because they've had it. But it's through the ministry giving us an opportunity to just share with them what it is that God would have do in their life, and the women just do wonderfully. God just really changes their hearts and lives. We wrote a Bible study over a number of years ago, and we're right now in the process of trying to get that published, and it ministers directly to the wives of the men that are struggling with addiction.
That is the beauty of this. You do treat the whole family, as we saw in the video, so even the kids are a part of what's going on too.
Yes, our Colony Kids of Promise program, Deanna Marsh oversees that program. She has a master's in education, and she works together with the kids from 4 through high school and just gives them information. We give it a biblical slant of the drug prevention program that the kids would get like in a public school system. And the kids come, they split them into age-appropriate groups and just work together with them in a once-a-month process.
And it's important to minister to the family because for every individual's addiction, their addiction impacts those around them, at least 10 other people in a negative way.
That's right.
So with what we're able to do, it's been neat to see how that works the opposite. For getting the whole family involved in the process of recovery, you see whole families put back together. It's exciting.
On Spotlight, New Jersey, I'm Della Cruz. We're featuring America's Keswick in Whiting, Ocean County. My guests are Diane Hunt and Bill Welte. And Diane, I want you to talk about your addiction recovery programs.
Well, you know, again, 113 years this ministry has been there, and the Colony of Mercy is the heartbeat of America's Keswick. We service, we have 39 beds for men that are struggling with all kinds of addictions, substance abuse addictions, gambling addictions, sexual addictions, and other life-dominating issues. And in addition to that, we have a second phase to the program for about 6 to 8 men. It's an additional 3 months. The initial program is 4 months, and the men pay $240 to come to the program. The program itself is free. The $240 is their application fee, and the rest of the funding really comes from private sources, churches that support us in that. We take no state or federal funding, and the program is founded on the Word of God. The men hear teachings every day, they go to services, but they also work as part of the ministry. They do a lot of what helps us keep that ministry running.
And how long are they involved in this program?
It's a 4-month, minimum 4-month program, and then they can opt and apply for an additional 3 months after that. The strength of the program, I would say, one of the strengths of the program, I would say, is our aftercare portion, because it's not just a 4-month program. Before they're allowed to graduate, they set up a covenant with a local church, a church that they may be involved with, for 8 additional months. And that pastor agrees to come alongside with the man or the family and just help him continue to walk a walk of freedom.
Bill, we have more video of your beautiful facilities. Go ahead and tell us about the pictures we're seeing.
All throughout the grounds, there are wonderful places for you to walk and to get refreshed and to allow God to speak to your heart. We have canoeing. As again, we're in the 5th largest senior citizen population in the country. The picture you're just looking at now is our activity center, which has a weight room, a gymnatorium. We hold a lot of conferences and concerts there. Throughout the year, we do an event called our Community Hymn Sing. We have 500 senior citizens that come once a month to sing hymns.
They sing. I bet they're beautiful.
They
do sing.
They do 4-part harmonies. And again, we want to encourage folks to call us for information, 1-800-453-7942, or they can go to the website, americaskeswick.org. We'd love to have them come and take a visit.
When people come down and take part in your May 8th event, they can get a chance to see your beautiful facilities and all that you offer.
Yes.
Absolutely. And the cool thing is they'll get to meet some of the men and women who have graduated from our program. The end of the event, we'll be gathering together in the Activity Center for just an evening of praise and celebration to thank the Lord for the fact that I'm going to have my head shaved.
Yes, along with all the family.
But more importantly, to be able to take that money and reinvest it in the lives of the men and women who come through our program. But then that night, the men who have graduated from the program will have an opportunity to share what God's been doing in their lives since they've graduated.
Mm-hmm.
How much did you all raise last year?
We raised $38,000.
So you really want to double it this year?
You want to double it this year.
Yeah, I can't tell you how much the staff really, really, really wants to shave Bill Welte's head.
Now tell me about your staff. How many people do you have?
We have 42 people on our full-time staff, a number of volunteers. In fact, tonight we're going to be honoring our volunteers. Mm-hmm. We have a board of trustees that absolutely love and are passionate about our ministry. It's a great place to be involved.
Mm.
You've been there 13 years, correct?
13 years.
And you've been there 10, Diane.
10, yes.
What attracted you all to America's Keswick?
I believe that the Colony of Mercy was what grabbed a hold of my heart. My dad was an alcoholic in his early days and then trusted Jesus Christ as his Savior, was set free, and I didn't know back then the different paths that God would take me to bring me to the place of serving in America's Keswick. I served at a Christian conference and retreat center where we service church groups just like we do at America's Keswick, but there's nothing like the Colony of Mercy and to see God set a man's life free.
And what about you, Diane?
Well, when I heard that they were looking for a woman to head up their women's program, I talked to Bill about it, and probably the thing that really hooked me was an opportunity to minister to one of the wives. She was coming from Puerto Rico. She hadn't seen her husband in a year. He was in the program, and she just wanted to, she was really frightened and didn't know what to say to him, and I was standing there talking to her when he walked in and her knees buckled, and I was able to just walk through the process of them coming together and having an opportunity to talk, and that hooked me. That was really what set me afire to really just minister grace to the lives of these women.
Beautifully said from both of you. And again, we'd like to reinforce people to come out on your May 8th event. And if you'd like to find out more about America's Keswick, log on to news12.com, click on Features, then Spotlight New Jersey. We'll link you up to their websites. I'm Della Cruz, again with Diane Hunt and Bill Welte. New Jersey, the spotlight is on you.